Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in my previous video I shared that I was going to make a wreath design that was basically a larger version of my seasonal photo frame. If you haven't watched that video, please check it out. I will leave a link to it in the description. The concept of the design is a wreath that you can customize to suit the theme of each season. There are decorative elements that you can attach to the wreath that are magnetic. This makes them easy to remove so that you can switch them out with different decorative elements. There are 3 sets of these decorative magnetic elements. Purple orchids to represent the summer and spring seasons. Pumpkins to represent the fall season. And candy canes to represent the winter and Christmas season. I already 3D modeled these specific elements in my previous video, so if you want to see how I 3D modeled them, please check that video out. So as promised in my previous video, here is how I made the wreath design. I started by 3D modeling the wreath base in Fusion. Here you can see I'm sketching out rings to indicate the general size of the wreath, and then sketching out the leaf shapes. I then extruded the main leaf silhouette and used the leaf sketches to then cut and extrude leaves that were at different heights so that it would create the layered leaves effect. I then started making the 3D leaf forms by drawing a flat leaf outline and a spline in the middle of the leaf outline that I then moved to create a 3D wireframe leaf. I then used the patch tool to create the leaf facets and stitched the patches together to make a solid body. After I was happy with my wreath base, I inserted the orchid elements into the design, moved them where I wanted them on the wreath, and then modeled magnet holes into the wreath base. I then cut the wreath up into 9 sections because my printer's build volume is not big enough to print the wreath in one piece. I also added holes in the back so that a picture hanger could be attached. I then printed out the main body of the wreath as well as the other decorative elements. Once those were done printing, I started assembling the wreath base. I glued all the pieces together with super glue. Once the glue dried, I inserted magnets into the magnet holes. After that, I flipped it over and attached the picture hanger to the back. I then inserted magnets into the orchids. I didn't remove the support material from the orchids yet because I didn't want to break the petals while pressing down to insert the magnets. Once all the magnets were inserted, I removed the support material. I then assembled the pumpkins by inserting the magnets into the stems and then gluing the stems into the pumpkin bodies. I began assembling the candy canes by inserting the magnets first, and then once that was done, I glued all the pieces together. So at some point after the wreath base was already printed out, I decided that the left side of the wreath looked a bit boring and that I wanted to add extra elements to that side. So in order to make it possible for extra decorative elements to be attached to the side, I made 3 extra pieces with magnet holes that could be glued to the already printed wreath base. I then 3D modeled the left side decorative elements. For fall, I modeled more leaves that I would print out in yellow and orange. For Christmas, I 3D modeled red berries. For the spring and summer look with the orchids, I kind of preferred the more minimalist look. So I modeled leaves that would blend in with the other wreath leaves and keep the left side looking more open. I then printed out all the extra elements. I then inserted magnets into the 3 extra pieces. Once the magnets were inserted, I glued the pieces onto the wreath. Finally, I inserted magnets into all the left side decorative pieces. And here is the final result. So for the most part, I am really happy with how this design turned out. But if I was going to make this again, I would definitely do some things differently. For instance, the wreath leaves that are supposed to be 3D kind of came out looking flat, so I would definitely make those more pronounced. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. I hope you are all having a good end of the year, because I know this time of year is especially difficult for some people. So if you're one of those people, just know my thoughts and prayers go out to you, and may you be blessed with happiness and joy despite your circumstances this year. Have a good one guys, bye!